If I, as an instructor, told you, I want you to select the trees, and not the background behind it, how easy would that be? That you can struggle, and that's the hard part because what you're going in and trying to get in between the trees and so forth, that you could be there for all day. But that's where Photoshop comes in play. Okay, so one of the things I'll do first is I'm going to go in and I'm just going to pump up the contrast here. So I'm going to go up to layer, come down to adjustment layer. I'm going to apply a levels command. And actually, I'm going to take that back. Let me delete that. I'm going to go up to image adjustments. So I want to apply it to, I don't want to create an adjustment layer right now. I'm just going to apply it to the actual image because I would have to flatten it. So I'm going to take my white eyedropper. I'm going to click up here in the white sky to make it a little bit lighter. So whenever I click, that makes everything white. So I'm going to take the black eyedropper. I'm going to click in the tree area, and anywhere there's that dark, see how it brings it out for that purpose. And I want to click OK. Now, I'm going to select what we call as the luminosity of that, of the object. And when I say luminosity, basically your images are made up of colors and red, green, blues, and brightness values. So I'm going to go in and take a little trick that I've learned before, and especially for black and white photos like this, I'm going to go up to my channels panel. I'm going to hold down the control key, and I'm going to, if you're on a Mac, a command key, and you're going to click on the thumbnail for RGB. Now what that's going to do is it's going to select the luminosity aspect. Now I want the trees selected, so really what it's doing is it's selecting the lighter areas. So now what I want to do is I'm going to go back up to select in my menu. I'm going to choose inverse. Okay, now when I do this, it's selecting the trees. Now I'm going to go up to layer. I'm going to move this to a new layer. So I'm going to do layer via copy. Okay, so you can see how there's the checkerboard. So it's basically showcasing and it's making it a little bit transparent. Now, to help us look at this, let me bring this over into a new image. Okay, so let me just do a Control A, copy this. And I don't want to put it in black and white like that. So let's hold on a second. Let me pause here real quick. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to paste this into here. And as you can see here, let me just make it a little bit larger. I'll transform it. You can see through the trees and see the background showing through, which is very cool on that. And so again, learning different techniques is going to always help when you're working with selections. It's just not one simple way of doing it. That's something always to keep in back of your mind. Now, as you see here, you see a lot of white around the tree edges. That's because it can get everything selected. So one of the things I do is then I go up to layer, matting, and I'll choose remove white matte. And notice how all that white disappears. Really fun little tricks that you